up for Edelen.
Start by talking about a hero, Jennifer Sterling, who is a designer, artist up in New York, who in a presentation said that design has a purpose, whereas art does not. And this presentation I'm giving today is not about the debate of what is art. What I'm going to talk about today is a specific type of artist called a hybrid. This term hybrid is coined by Rhode Island School of Design President John Maeda, who observed his students, and John Maeda is actually a former professor at MIT. They were just fundamentally messed up in the head. In the academic world, they called them mutants. But they have this way of perceiving the world in a very different manner. They have this unique ability to bridge this chasm, this canyon between the art world and the technology world. There's a line of sort of group of code that I've written, but I sort of, if you look at how these, the behavior of these artists work, is they look at something in the natural world and they instantly analyze in the state-based thinking. I can actually simulate that with 4 lines of code, and a lot of the arts that I work with think this way. A specific tactic I'm going to talk about is a specific type of digital art, which is generative art. And it's the in part of creating art, the piece of it or the whole of using an autonomous system, like a computer. So at a certain point in the process, I have to keep looking back, this is fun. At a certain point in the process of creating the piece, you're actually creating code, creating the parameters, establishing your canvas size. If you have an object on the screen, the computer actually draws it, you hit run the program, and you step back, and the art is actually created by the computer. If we look at computer technology and just sort of engineering in general, a lot of the premise, one of my engineering professors in college said, well, the ultimate goal of an engineer is to create a holodeck. And it's kind of this idea of, and the mindset of a computer programmer is to simulate nature. It's one of the most, I think, achievable goals. The process is actually using parametric modeling. I'm getting nerdy here, so please, I apologize, but I'll get to the cool stuff. Which is the sort of parallel to an artist in which they make decisions, set up as a case of variables artistically, and then allow the computer to draw out that scenario. I want to look at one of my favorite artists, Jackson Pollock, and sort of analyze his process a little bit. You probably know Jackson Pollock, seen the movie maybe. What I really like about him is I actually compare him to a digital artist. There's a moment in his process where if he's painting, he uses a lot of motion to get out the colors. He creates the parameters, but ultimately when the paint leaves his brush and hits the canvas, he has no control over what that process happens. I compare him with Joshua Davis, a contemporary digital artist using Flash processing code programs to actually generate the art. He's a fantastic illustrator. So he'll draw these sort of components, this library of visual images, and allow the computer to compose them in a very interesting way. And I think they're very comparative, both in their process, how they think and how they work, and ultimately how they actually create their own experiences. So that kind of gives you an time. I'm going to talk a little bit about also the evolution of digital design, not just sort of creating this really nice visual imagery or this, composing an image that's very determined from sort of a picture-perfect manner, but actually having outside influences, big data, scraping Facebook, scraping behaviorals of different locations from geomapping. This data actually gives us a really direct connection with human behavior, not within your geographic region, but around the world. And all of a sudden, the artist now has the ability to see the world again in a different point of view and inform the art in a very literal manner and create some interesting connections and therefore interesting visual results by using this live dynamic data to inform the composition to actually feed into the art piece itself. John Maeda, which I mentioned before, is a big sort of proponent of this movement. Again, coined the term hybrids. And you can see he actually uses geolocation to create these visual images to tell a story, to sort of convey sort of artist's intent. One of his students, Ben Fry, and take a little bit more literal representation, teamed up with General Electric's GE to map, and this piece is amazing, you've seen it projected big, diabetes in the United States. And so this map sort of fills up, and you can start to see where the epidemic and the areas of issues are very clearly using this dynamic data. Casey Ray is another student of John Maeda. starts out as an animation. The line at the top left runs the program, and the computer sort of builds these forms. What I like about it is what he calls this piece is entitled The Art Process 13 Software 2. And so we start to see this interesting discourse and dialogue about what is art and sort of removal of the artist and the collaboration of the artist with the computer. So the tool that Ben Fry and Casey Ray's created is processing all the imagery you see in this presentation is built with this software framework. This is the framework that I use as well. Built it in school and open source it out to the world and creates some really impressive things. John Harrison Panvar created a system where it scrapes the social web for human behavior. So how many times the word love, how many times the word hate is being used will actually map out a visual image that represents sort of the day-to-day human behavior of emotion. Matthew Fernandez uses processing. The bottom middle frame there is really, you can see the parametric modeling happening there. Models using variables to tweak the form and shape and space of the sculpture, and it actually has it 3D printed. The last slide, I think, is the most phenomenal thing and most current, is to use what we use at MindJog Labs, gesture recognition. So actually record the movement of a performer moving, and then the computer actually stimulates viscosity, velocity, details of art and light in that performer. And you create a very interesting perspective around the human body and the movement that it takes. So I'm going to leave you with another hero of mine, which is John Lasseter, the sort of hero over at Pixar Animation Studios, who says, if we get this right, technology inspires art. Art challenges technology. It doesn't work the other way around. I'm really grateful for the artists out there who are actually using art to push technology in ways, and I'm really excited about the future of what we're seeing and what's left to come.